Today we'll cover coming out to strict parents. Hello and welcome to foxyroxyreviews. People that are not very familiar with the channel, we cover everything trans, from features, well-being and reviews. If you're coming back, well, thank you for being fabulous with foxyroxyreviews.
What's the topic of the day?
Today we're going to cover coming out to strict parents. If you haven't seen our previous more generalised video on coming out to parents, we do strongly recommend that you watch that video as well. The video is more targeted at how you might approach the situation of coming out to a maybe more strict or more conservative parents. I think the first thing with this video, it's very easy to come from a position where we want things to change and want things to be different. And sometimes some things are just out of our control. So when you're coming out to strict parents, seeing things from another perspective is very, very important. What I find a lot of the time is if you have a strict parent, it's because they care about you and they want the best for you. And quite a lot of times they might set very firm boundaries because they want you to succeed and they want you to have that mindset where you can achieve something. And in itself, I can see the intent there. But quite a lot of the time, it's about being yourself. After I came out, I find that I became a lot more productive and a lot more structured. However, though, with strict parents, sometimes it does benefit from gauging where you might be, because as I said it in the previous video, sometimes things don't always go so well, or maybe not as well as you intend. This is why I personally chose to come out a little bit later in life, and I kind of matured a bit more. But to be honest, things have changed since I came out in around 2009 to now in 2018. So the world is somewhat different, you could argue, from what it was, but there's still some parts of the UK which can be very traditional and maybe not as warm and welcoming to trans identities as other areas. Personally, from living in Cardiff, I find that being in a more cosmopolitan city makes life a bit easier for me, where let's say if you come out in maybe a more rural traditional area, it can be a little bit more difficult. So I do advise some caution, but as I said before in the previous video, this is where support groups can be very, very useful. I believe with restricted parents, there is very much a sense of choosing your moment to come out and when you feel it's safe to come out as well. But saying that though, not all strict parents can be more conservative, so it's be careful not to make that assumption. I think it's very important to kind of understand where other people are coming from and view things a very open-minded way, because sometimes you can find you might face some things where, for example, it might be seen as a lifestyle choice, or it could even be considered something like it's a phase where for you it is an identity, it is a form of expression, and this is your truth. And it not being, let's say, a lifestyle choice, it is who you are. There is an element here of you probably been thinking about this for a while now, where for your parents it might be something brand new or maybe something they weren't expecting. So it can be a big shift in that thinking, and that does take time to resolve. For myself, I found that talking to other family members, which may be more receptive to you, was a great tool for me. So you can have other family members support you when you're coming out to maybe more conservative parents. So you have more of a support network around you when you want to make the big step to come out. Now, I don't really want to necessarily discourage people from coming out, because I think it's very important that you do. I think there's very much an impetus once you embrace who you are, that you have to come out to everyone straight away. And I really don't agree with that and think that's the right way to go. I think coming out in stages, especially if you think things might be difficult or challenging, or you might be facing a lot of very traditional perspectives, is something that is very, very useful here. And if you can think of a family member which you think can give you extra support, that's probably something very worthwhile to consider here. I think what could be really useful here is if in the comments, if people have advice for maybe how you can approach things, or maybe different ways that they've helped to resolve this issue, I think that'll be actually really beneficial to start a bit of a discussion on around this topic, because we've really only scratched the surface here of what could possibly be discussed. You'll have all the social media links here, so if you do have any other topics that you would love for us to cover, please do let us know. And to keep up to date with trans features, well-being and reviews, subscribe.